Hello, rooted listeners. We are getting into mistakes today, which is something that everybody can relate to. They are a part of life and a part of every single sport. I wish someone told me when I was an athlete that it's not about the mistake, it's how you respond to the mistake. They are never going away, so it's important you have a process on how to handle them. If there weren't any mistakes in sports, then it wouldn't be exciting. Sports are not about being perfect, they're about competing. And so many athletes can get caught up in the mistakes that they stop competing. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about what happens when athletes don't let go of their errors and give everyone 3 strategies on how to reset after them. And as you listen, really think about what helps you in your life, like both mistakes, and try to have just one takeaway from this that you can apply to your sport. If you are an athlete, then apply to your life. So, getting into the biggest challenges that athletes face if they don't let go of mistakes. Number one, they dwell on it, which leaves them stuck in the past. If they are thinking about the last mistake, then there is no way they're present with the current play and what they need to do going forward. So, besides dwelling, number two, they can get very self critical. If athletes are talking negatively about what they just did, then it's killing their confidence and making them feel worse about themselves. I always like to ask my athletes, what do you think about your teammates when they make a mistake? And they're always like, I don't know, nothing. Exactly. So imagine if you reacted the same way when you make a mistake. What would happen? You would probably move on and there wouldn't be so much emotion attached or involved. Number three, another big challenge. If athletes don't let go of the mistake, they try to fix. And I get it. Athletes want to know what they did wrong and try to fix it. But there is a time and a place for that. And it's certainly not in the middle of a game. If you are trying to fix, you're probably thinking about your form, your technique, and now you're overthinking. And now you're probably trying things that you normally wouldn't try. And in a game, you just want to rely on your muscle memory and go with the flow and read and react. No way you're doing that if you're thinking about your form and trying to do something different. And chances are that same play that you messed up on before probably isn't going to happen again. It might, but now you're trying to look for that same play versus just reading the play in front of you and adapting. Four, another challenge, increased tension if athletes don't let go of their mistakes. So they start to play to avoid mistakes because in their mind, mistakes are awful and they can't make another one. So if you're tense and tight, then you probably aren't playing freely and you're probably overthinking every single move that you're making. There are a lot more challenges that athletes can run into, but those are the main ones that I see and that I'm talking with athletes about on a daily basis. So now 3 ways to help you reset after mistakes. And again, everybody has their own process. These are just ideas to get you inspired and get you going. So number one is to think about your teammates after you make a mistake. Do your teammates want you to be thinking about the mistake you just made and beating yourself up? No, probably not. They don't want you beating yourself up. They want you to move forward and keep using your skills because they need that from you. They don't need you to be dwelling. And it's kind of selfish if you think about it. If you're making it about you and your mistakes versus thinking about what you can do for your teammates, put your team first. We know that you care about the mistake, but choose to care more about moving forward and how you can give to your team. You're on the team for a reason. They need your skill set. They don't need you to be dwelling on that last mistake. That's not going to help you or anybody else. Two, our second strategy here is have a physical reset cue. And this works great for some athletes because it's really symbolic of letting go and moving on. They have to physically do something because it makes them feel more in control and they have to be really intentional about it. So whether you're frustrated, nervous, angry, you're forced to slow yourself down and do this reset that you have for yourself. And it should be very routine to where it's normal. You could take your hat off and slick your hair back, put it back on, maybe tug your shorts, pretend like you're throwing some trash away. Either way, it should be something that makes sense to you. Nobody else has to understand it or know what it means. And don't try it for the first time in a game. It's not going to work. Try it in a practice, make it a habit, make it a routine, and force yourself to do it no matter how you're feeling, because it's a reminder to let it go and that the most important play is the one that is next. Strategy number 3 to help you reset after mistakes. Ask yourself, what is the most important thing in this moment? The answer to that question moves you forward. It might be getting back on defense, talking to my teammates, getting into my passing position. Most important thing is listening to coach or going to get the ball back and being aggressive. This question is so much better than asking, why did I do that? Because the why just leads to overthinking, and it goes back to one of our challenges where it can cause you to start fixing. So does it matter why you just messed up? No, you can figure out that later after the game. The most important thing is moving on to the next play. So ask yourself, what is the most important thing right now? And give yourself something very specific to do. So the mistakes will be there. It's a part of life. They don't have to be scary, though. We all need a process for being able to own them, learn from them, and move on. For personalized help figuring out a process on letting go of mistakes for you, reach out to my email, georgia@rootedsportspsychcoach.com, and feel free to check out my website for free consult, rootedsportspsychcoach.com. Thanks for tuning in, you all, and we'll see you next week.